Namaskar to everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel Learn English with Awasthi ma'am. Friends, I am Dr. Shraddha Misar Awasthi. In this video lecture, we are going to learn active voice and passive voice. Especially the focus of this video will be on the introduction of active voice and passive voice. There are two types of voice. Number one, active voice. Number two, passive voice. What is meant by active voice? We will discuss this at the beginning. In active sentences, the thing doing the action, that is the subject of the sentence, and the thing receiving the action, that is the object of the sentence. In English language, in the spoken form as well as in the written form, we find out that most of the sentences are in active voice. Keep in mind, in active voice, the subject is the thing which does the action and the subject thing which receives the action, that is object. So here, thing doing action, that is subject. Subject is followed by verb and verb is followed by object. Object means thing receiving action. Let us see examples. Number one, the professor teaches the students. The action of teaching, that is done by the professor. So the professor is a subject because the professor is doing the action. Now who receives the action? The students. That means the professor is teaching the students. The students is object. That means the action of teaching, that is received by the students. Let us move to the second example. John washes the dishes. John is doing the action of washing dishes. John is the subject, washes is verb, and the dishes receiving the action of washing dishes, that is object. Now let us discuss the passive form of the sentence. In passive sentences, the thing receiving the action is the subject. Thing receiving the action is the subject of the sentence. And the thing doing the action, that is optional and that is included near the end of the sentence. That means in active form, what is the object? It becomes subject in the passive form. Things receiving action, that is followed by be, that is helping verb. Helping verb is followed by past participle of the verb. Then by is written and then things doing action, that means subject is written. The thing receiving action is object. Let us see the examples. The students are taught by the professor. Now in passive voice, who are taught? Students. The action of teaching, that is received by the students and the students became the subject here. Are taught, that is a passive verb, by the professor. Professor is doing the action. That means doer. Doer means the thing, the person doing the action, that is at the end of the sentence. The same sentence we have seen in active voice, the professor teaches the students. So the object of active voice became the subject of passive voice here. Second sentence, the dishes are washed by John. John washes the dishes. It was in active form. Now the action of washing, that is received by the dishes. So in passive voice, receiving the action, that is the dishes, are washed. Passive verb. Passive verb means helping verb plus past participle and doer by John. So the dishes are washed by John, that is passive form. Why and when passive voice is used? Actually, when we say the professor teaches the students or the students are taught by the professor, meaning is the same. There is no change in the meaning. So why do we make the use of a passive voice here? You can use the passive form. Number one, if you think that the thing receiving the action is more important or should be emphasized. If you think that the action is received by the object and object is important, that is much more important and you emphasize it. Let us see the examples. I gave him a book for his birthday. Here importance is given to I. I is doer. Doer means subject. Now here what happens in the next sentence? What should be emphasized? He was given a book for his birthday. He that is receiving the book. He is receiving the book. That means receiving action is he. And so he is emphasized. He was given a book for his birthday. Who gave him a book? That is not important for us. What is more important for us? He was given a book, that is important for us. And whenever we want to emphasize receiving the thing, receiving the action, that time we make the use of passive voice. If you do not know who is doing the action, or if you do not want to mention who is doing the action, खूपदा आपल्याला क्रिया कोणी केली माहीत नसते किंवा आपली इच्छा नसते की त्या व्यक्तीचं नाव सांगावं, कुणी ती कृती केली, क्रिया केली ते सांगावं. त्यावेळेसही आपल्याला पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस वापरावा लागतो. नाउ हियर व्हॉट हॅपन इन द क्लास, some boys, they broke the glass window. The teacher asked me, what happened? काय घडलंय? मी काय म्हणणार? खिडकीच्या काचा फुटल्या. कोणी फोडल्या हे मला सांगायचं नाहीये. मला माझं तर्फे कुणाचं नाव सांगायचं नाहीये. मग त्यावेळेस घडतंय काय? मी काय म्हणते? The glass window was broken. By whom? I am not ready to tell. कोणी केलं हे मला सांगायचं नाही आणि अशा वेळेस आपल्याला पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस वापरावा लागतो. जेव्हा आपल्याला ॲक्शन कोण केली हे माहीत नसतं तेव्हा, दुसऱ्यांदा आपली इच्छा नसते की आपण एखाद्या व्यक्तीचं नाव घ्यावं, त्यावेळेस आपण पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस वापरतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, someone sent her a check for 1,000 euros. She was sent a check for 1,000 euros. In this sentence, someone, कुणीतरी तिला चेक पाठवला. कुणीतरी, I don't know the name. I may use a passive voice. Then I will say, she was sent a check for 1,000 euro. So in this way, we can make the use of a passive voice when the subject is unknown or we do not want to emphasize the subject. Now let us discuss the structure of active voice. The structure of active voice is, it begins with subject, subject is followed by verb, verb is followed by object. Now the teacher always answers the students' questions. In this statement, the teacher is subject, answers is verb, and the students' questions, that is object. How to identify object? Ask the question to the verb by what? You will get the answer, that is object. The teacher always answers what? The students' questions, that is the answer. And so the students' questions is the answer. The worst man often gives the best advice. In this statement, the worst man is subject, gives, that is verb, and what he gives? Best advice. So the best advice is object. We can create the future. What is the subject here? We. Can create is verb, the future, that is object. We should write our own destiny. What is subject? We is subject, should is verb, and what we should write is verb, and what we write? Our own destiny. So our own destiny is object. They are pulling down the old theatre. Who are pulling down? They, that is subject. Are pulling down is verb, and what are they pulling down? The old theatre. So the old theatre is object. People have maintained social distancing so far. People is subject, have maintained is verb, and what people have maintained? Social distancing. So social distancing is an object. Now let us discuss the structure of a passive voice. The structure is subject. Actually, this subject is the object of active voice. This subject of passive voice is the object of active voice, which is followed by helping verb. Helping verb is followed by past participle. We write down by, and doer. Doer means the person, the thing doing action. That means doer is the subject of active voice. Let us see. Examples. Actions will be judged by intentions. Action is subject. Will be is helping verb. Judge, that is past participle. And intentions, that is doer. Doer means subject or the thing, the person performing, doing action. He has been bitten by a snake. So let us see. He is a subject. Has been is helping verb. Bitten, that is past participle, by a snake, that is doer. Doer means कृती करणारा. Next, the future is purchased by the present. The future is subject. Is, that is helping verb. Purchase, that is past participle. The present is doer. The past cannot be changed by anyone. The past, that is subject, cannot be helping verb. Change, that is past participle, by anyone. Anyone is a doer. Let us discuss the difference between active voice and passive voice. Active voice means that a sentence has a subject that acts upon its verb. Passive voice means that a subject is the recipient of a verb's action. इथं कर्ता कृती करतो, पण इथं ज्याच्यावर कृती केली जाते तो पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइसमध्ये सब्जेक्ट असतो. सब्जेक्ट परफॉर्म्स अँड ॲक्शन. कर्ता इथं कृती करत असतो. सब्जेक्ट इज नॉट सिग्निफिकंट. इथं कर्त्याला फारशी किंमत नसते. एम्फासिस इज ऑन ऑब्जेक्ट. ऑब्जेक्ट मीन्स हू रिसिव्ज द ॲक्शन. ज्याला ज्याच्यावर कृती होते त्याच्यावरती लक्ष केंद्रित केलेलं असतं. The structure of active voice is subject plus verb plus object. And the example is I write a letter. I is subject, write is verb, a letter is object. The structure of passive voice is object plus helping verb plus past participle plus by plus subject. A letter is written by me. A letter, that is the object of active voice, it has become subject here. Is, that is helping verb, past participle written by, and subject is me. Now how to identify passive voice? Passive voice takes a transitive verb. What is meant by transitive verb? Transitive verb takes an object to complete the meaning. हे जे क्रियापद असतं याला पूर्ण अर्थ प्राप्त होण्यासाठी ऑब्जेक्टची गरज असते. लेट अस सी एक्झाम्पल्स. शी प्लांटेड ए मँगो ट्री. शी प्लांटेड व्हॉट? अ मँगो ट्री. That means a mango tree, that is object. Planted, that is a transitive verb. The boys were learning English. The boys were learning English. The boys were learning English. Were learning is a transitive verb because it requires the object English. You have seen the movie. Seen, तू पाहिलं. What? The movie. That means see, that is the transitive verb. Passive voice takes a helping verb. Passive voice takes a past participle. Let us see the examples. The door is opened by him. Is, that is helping verb. Open, that is past participle. You are not trained by your family. Are, that is helping verb. Train, that is past participle. The new shopping center was built last year. Was, that is helping verb. Built, that is past participle. The film was not produced in Hollywood. Was, that is helping verb. Produced, that is past participle. That means all these examples are in passive voice. In the last slide, we discussed what is meant by transitive verb, but our examples were in active voice. Thank you very much. In the next video, we will discuss change the voice, that means changing active voice into passive voice. In this video, we learned the types of voice, the structure of active voice, the structure of passive voice, and the necessity of passive voice, where we should make the use of passive voice. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and comment on it. Your suggestions are most welcome. Thank you.